Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Food Junkie coming at you with a video this late evening, early morning, wherever you want to look at it. What's up, C. Tyson, baby? How you doing? Everyone else in the chat. How are you guys doing this afternoon, evening, whatever time y'all choose to watch this video? Y'all saw the title. I was at work today, you know what I'm saying, watching a little movie called The Brave One with Jodie Foster and Terrence Howard, you know what I'm saying, and my phone started blowing up. People emailing me, texting me, leaving messages on my videos saying that, you know what I'm saying, my name is in the title. Or, sorry, my image, nose and lips and chin, and a reference to me is in the title of Brian. I guess Brian's in his feelings. I guess Brian has caught some feelings. Brian is thin skinned because Food Junkie chose to do commentary on the fuckery that he displayed on these YouTube streets. Brian's so thin skinned that he can't accept non-biased commentary. He take everything as an attack. If you're not kissing Brian's ass, he think that you're attacking him. First of all, Brian, let me explain something to you. If I was coming for you, you would know it. See, I'm not even coming for you tonight, but I will correct your bad behavior. I will check your bitch ass because I don't know who the fuck you think you are. What's up, Ontario? How you doing? But who you are has nothing to do with me. Doesn't affect me. Don't scare me. Don't move me one way or the other. You do not move my pendulum one way or the other, man. You're the bitch motherfucker on here who got your ass beat on camera, run to get your gun, and still got cussed the fuck out. So all this tough boy talking you doing, all this thinking you can roast and gag and drag with old recycled reads that didn't hit properly or correctly the first time, doesn't work with me. For those of you who may not know what I'm talking about, yesterday, y'all know back in the days, I used to do something called Mad Day Mondays. It seems like every time I do a Mad Day Mondays, someone's in their feelings about it. Basically, what Mad Day Mondays is when I basically rehash what happened the prior week or so. Since I haven't done one in a while, I just touched on several topics of this Mad Day Monday. I touched on the Tim Blaine and Jay Wilson situation. I guess Tim Blaine feels some kind of way about it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So he made some commentary about it. Like I said, I really don't care. It is what it is. Don't put y'all shit on here, and I won't talk about it, or none of us will talk about it. I talked about Tim Blaine and Jay Wilson. I talked about Kimmy and Jay Wilson. I talked about Kimmy and Brianna. I talked about Brianna and Sir King. I talked about Sir King and Mama D, and I talked about Brian. For the past week, all those people had done something that I felt was worthy of me to come back and do a special edition, an extra special edition of Mad Day Mondays. So when I got to Brian, because Brian was the last topic of the conversation yesterday on my Mad Day Monday video, I just said, first off, like everyone knows, if you go to the gym, you don't start spraying stuff around the gym, and you definitely don't start spraying stuff in a sauna. So when old girl said something to you, regardless of how respectful or disrespectful she was, you were still dead as wrong. And I watched the video. You were taping that man. So that man had every right to tell you, don't fucking tape him. And you the one who got your ass beat on camera. Yes, it was you got your ass beat. It was a couple punches in your chest. You didn't hit him back. You got your ass beat, Brian. It is what it is. And you and your feelings about that. I didn't put that video footage on YouTube. I didn't go to the gym and ask them for their CCTV cameras, video footage. So I can put that on here. You did that. And then now you upset because I'm talking about it. People are laughing at you. People saying that you was dead as wrong and you got punked. That's what you did, Brian. And you don't be upset about that. Recycled reads. Like I said, I'm undraggable, especially by someone like you. When was I fat? When was I fat, Brian? You're going to find when I was fat and post that? Please do. Let me know so I can see how I looked when I was fat. Because I don't remember that happening. So you're going to find videos and pictures of me when I was fat and post that. Okay, please do. I welcome you to do that. Spend the resources that you have on finding videos and footage of me being fat. I can't cook, but yet in your video, opening your video, is that you watched my cooking videos, you shared my cooking videos. Pick a struggle, Brian. You don't like me, don't know me, don't watch me, didn't watch me, or you did. I'm getting a case of deja vu because isn't this the same thing you said about Spill It Boy? You don't like him, he's ugly, this and that third, but yet come to find out, you were all up under his nut sack, wanting him to befriend you. See, I don't mention you, Brian, until yesterday, because you have none importance to me. Nothing you do, nothing you've done has been remarkable enough for me to talk about you, to address you, to acknowledge you, Brian, because you are unremarkable on here as you are in life. You are unremarkable. Was that clear enough for you, Brian? Can you hear me now, Brian? Because, you know, I stutter and stammer and I can't speak. You don't understand what I'm saying and what's not. Let's get on this what's not read that y'all be trying to do. I say that. Now what? And what's not? I brought in what's not to these YouTube streets proudly, and what's not. Please explain to me the read and saying to me and what's not when I brought and what's not onto these YouTube streets very confidently. What's up, Ashton, baby? How you doing, sweetheart? What's the read, baby? See, let's talk about these things, Brian. See, I don't have to yell and scream with all that. That's not what I do, baby. I'll talk to you. Try to get some clarification from you. I need you to expound upon what you're saying. What's up, baby? How you doing? I need you to explain to me what you mean, Brian. I need you to help me understand, Brian. Where's the read, Brian? I need you to help me understand. I need you to help me get to the point to where you're trying to read me, Brian. Help me understand that, Brian. You're trying to read, you're trying to roast, you're trying to gag, you're trying to drag with all old recycled reads, Brian, that didn't land properly the first time. And let me explain something to you, Brian. No one on here that I beef with can get me off them unless I want to be off them. And no weak ass punk on here can make me fight with another weak ass punk on here unless I want to fight with that weak ass punk, Brian. So for y'all who know the story, who was trying to fuck who on here? So you said that I was trying to get fucked by Sean Bradley, huh? What's up, baby? How you doing, baby? Excuse me? That's not what the voice messages that I played said, Brian. The voice messages that I played, Brian, did not say, SB, I want you to fuck me. SB, I can't wait to see you again. SB, I'm gonna look at the pictures that you sent me. That finger pop my booty hole. I never said that, Brian. That's not what I played, Brian. Brian, that's not what I played. What I actually played was voice messages that he sent me saying, oh, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to think about you and look at the pictures you sent me, Brian. See, you can't read or try to make me fight with someone that I don't want to fight with. And when I do want to fight with the individual, I will initiate the fight. Brian, explain to me, Brian. What are you talking about? You are incoherent. You sound ridiculous. You sound stupid. You look stupid. You look like you smell. That's what I said about you yesterday. How can you use the same read I said on you yesterday on me today, Brian? What's one of those personalities that you are having trouble battling and deciphering which one is who, which one takes control this hour or next? Brian, I can't cook. I can't sew. You're right. I can't sew. I don't sew things in a silverback gorilla size, Brian. Brian, you can't fit my clothing, Brian. Even the largest pattern that I make, Brian, you can't fit. I don't dress silverback gorillas. I don't have a Magilla gorilla collection, Brian. I don't serve grape ape size people, Brian. So what you mean I can't sew? Thank you. Someone like you can afford me anyway, Brian. Even with your mama's insurance money, bitch. But we'll get on your mama later. It's all about you right now, Brian. You can't think that you are going to read me, Brian, because you can't read me, Brian. You don't understand what I'm saying. I'm incoherent. I stutter and stammer. I need to get a Mexican translation. You sound stupid. I didn't know there was a language called Mexican. Does anyone in the chat know what language you speak when you speak Mexican? I understand different dialects of Spanish. I understand different dialects of Spanglish. So you may need an English to Spanish translation. And somewhere in between, there'll be some Spanglish going on. But what translation is Mexican, Brian? You so smart with these degrees, Brian, that you're going to use for all these multiple careers, Brian? And it's not called talk, you fucking idiot. It's called speaking, dummy. You speak well. Learn how to speak, not learn how to talk. All of us could talk, but what we say is incoherent. Can people understand what we're saying? That's learning how to speak properly, or learning how to speak well, not talk good, Brian. You talk good, Brian. Brian, you talk real good, opposed to being able to speak well, Brian. I hope when you walk across that stage, Brian, to get that degree, Brian, you understand the difference between talking good and speaking well. Before you go on all these multiple adventures for interviews for careers, Brian. A lot has been happening, baby. A lot has been happening. So, Brian, are you able to understand what I'm saying now, Brian? Are you able to comprehend what I'm saying now, Brian? Or am I still talking in Mexican? So, I'm saying people don't understand. The more you let these people talk, the more they make a fool of themselves. The more they sound like the idiots that they are. And then, Brian, you have this obsession with thinking that all gay men have some type of STD. But in your case, you like to say all gay men have AIDS. Because you say, I have AIDS, right? Because I'm so skinny. I lost all this weight rapidly. When was I fat, Brian? Brian, when was I fat? Have anyone ever seen me fat on here? If you saw me fat on here, you guys put a 1 in the chat, or have I been the same size since I've been on here for the past, 3-4 years? Today, baby. I was at work, people told me. But all I did, baby, was talk. I used to have a mad day Monday, so I used to talk about stuff that happened on the previous week. That's what I did yesterday. He got offended by that. So he tried to cuss me out today. He tried to cuss out me, Deanna, and James, and said that I did what I did, or said what I said because I was trying to defend or try to kiss, I guess, James' ass or Deanna's ass. I told you who I talked about. I talked about Tim J. Wilson, Sir King, Kimmy, Brianna, Miss D, and Brian. Everybody that I talked about, James and Deanna likes for the most part. James likes Brianna, Kimmy, Jay Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Deanna likes, yeah, I don't know who Deanna likes. She likes Tim. You know what I'm saying? So how am I trying to kiss their ass if I talk about you? What makes you so fucking special, Brian? You think you special, Brian? Out of the 4 years I've been on here, Brian, yesterday was the first time I spoke to them about you because you done some shit and brought it to YouTube that I thought was worth me talking about. Pulling a gun on somebody or threatening to pull a gun on somebody who whooped your ass in the sauna. That's noteworthy. That's beef sector content. Gold, Brian. And from all that, you chose violence this morning, today. You chose violence, Brian. A weak bitch like yourself who got your ass beat on camera in the sauna at the goddamn local jamboree. Brian? You think you can hang with me, Brian? After you got your ass beat a couple days ago online and you posted your own world star, bitch. You posted your own world star and get mad when people talked about it. Now I'm too skinny. I can't cook. I'm ugly. You know what? I am tired of these Magilla gorilla looking motherfuckers calling me ugly. And I guess it's supposed to hurt me. When I have a silverback looking bitch calling me ugly, what am I supposed to do? Believe it? If you think that you look good, Brian, I'm happy you think I'm ugly. But once again, I'm not your type anyway, Brian. Because you are a self-loathing, self-hating, race-baiting individual. You like your own skin, Brian. So why would you like mine, Brian? Brian, you don't like your own skin texture, your own skin color. So why the fuck would I think that you like mine, Brian? You think you're a rich white lady, Brian. Want to be pounded by an Asian man, Brian. So why would I think you think this beautiful caramel colored brother like myself is attractive to you? I'm not attracted to you. I'm happy that someone like you think that I'm ugly. Because I don't have time to hurt your feelings or play with your emotions. Because that's what I do. Y'all know what I do, sex espionage. That's what I do. I come home to my man every day. The one that you said gave me AIDS, Brian. Remember that? My man gave me AIDS, Brian, right? Sad. A self-loathing, self-deprecating punk like yourself. The first thing you do when you want to argue with another black gay man is say that he has some type of STD. And you're supposed to be winning, right? Oh, it's defamation, it's slander. So keep on saying that, Brian. See, what you understand is that you like to chase ambulances around. You like to try to sue people. But what you fail to realize is that things has been downloaded already. And you're making these slanderous, defamatory statements about people that is not true, that is not unfounded, that is unfounded whatsoever. And you think that you're winning. Hold on to your mama's insurance check, bitch. You may need it in the near future. Brian. Don't buy that tiny house too soon, Brian. Because all this slander and defamatory character assassination that you're doing on these YouTube streets, you may need that insurance check from your dead ass mama sooner than later. And see, I didn't bring up your mama first. You love to paint the little narrative that Brian's the victim. Everybody's picking on Brian. Why everybody picking on Brian? What did Brian do? I don't even know you. All I did was share your videos and liked you. And I like what you did before that. I never put my mouth on you. That's what you said, right, Brian? But how quickly out your mouth comes all this slander and defamatory comments about people that you don't know that you liked, Brian. And speaking of mamas, before I get on yours, you're going to piss and nut on my mama's grave when she died? Huh? Make that make sense, Brian. Y'all know my mother. I'll bring my mother on here. And I didn't bring your mother up first. You're constantly using all this defamatory language, all this slanderous language about people having all these unfounded diseases and things, well, it's not illnesses. So I just asked you, why are you so concerned and obsessed with people having AIDS? Is that what your mom died from? I asked you the question because you're constantly talking about people having AIDS and all these STDs. Is that what your mom died from? Was my question. You heard what I said. He's gonna piss and nut on mom's grave when she died. Mm-hmm. That's what he said. That's what he said. So, Brian, how would you know if my mother is alive or dead? And if she is alive, when she died? You only know that if I brought that information onto YouTube for sympathy and empathy and payola from people that I don't know. See, unlike you, Brian, I'm not going to come online and give people the most intimate details of my life for sympathy, empathy, and payola and get mad when they bring it back in my face. Brian, I'm not you. Brian, I'm not weak. Brian, I'm not a soft punk like you. Brian, are you hearing me, Brian? Brian. Oh yeah, he's fucked up in the head, most emotionally, mentally. Ugh, he's ridiculous. And you wonder why you're in the situations that you're in, Brian. Brian, you keep on throwing out all these slanderous remarks and slanderous comments toward all these people. You need to stop bragging about how much money you getting from your mama's insurance and her pension plan, and be quiet and start thinking about saving that money. Because anyone who chooses to come after you for slander and defamation have a great case, especially when videos is already downloaded, baby boy. Brian, you think you're smart? Brian, you think you're smart, baby? See, Brian wants to get people upset. Brian wants you to argue, fuss, and fight with him. Brian wants you to sit there and scream and yell with him. Brian wants my voice to go higher than what it's going now. My decimals to go up higher than they're going now. But Brian, you sounded mistaken. You don't move me, baby. Brian, you don't move me. There's nothing about you that is important to me whatsoever. Brian, you see, I haven't touched on your mama yet, Brian. It's been almost 30 minutes. See, you think that my only read toward you, Brian, is your mama. Oh, no, Brian. Like I said, all I need to do is watch one video of your sorry ass. And I can read you for the facts of your life, inside and out. And you will wish I pounded you on your chest like that man did in that sauna. The difference between me and him is I don't run from punks like you. I told y'all the story when one of my exes pulled a gun on me and thought that was supposed to scare me, supposed to shut me up or shut me down. He walked away with 26 stitches in his head, fucking around thinking that he was going to be bad. Then I'm supposed to be scared because he pulled a gun. Like James said, if you pull that shit, you better use that shit. If you threaten me with that shit, you better use that shit. We all walk around here with concealed carry permits and things, legal licenses for firearms and things. You think you're the only one, Brian? The difference is if I got to reach for mine, I'm using mine. But these hands works just fine. Brian. These hands work just fine, Brian. And Brian, am I correct? Were you threatening me, Brian? Brian, were you threatening me? Oh, you in Atlanta, right? You in Atlanta, right? Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. And what? What you gonna do about that, Brian? You're in Texas, right? Was it Houston? You're in Houston, right, Brian? You know where I'm at? I know where you are. Brian. So were you threatening me, Brian? Brian. Were you threatening me, baby? Were you threatening me? Oh, yes. I haven't got there yet, Mega Baby. I haven't got there yet. Oh, yeah, we're going to get there too. Oh, this is going to be a slow one. You like that, Brian? I'm using one of Kwani's words. I'm going to fuck you slow, Brian. You messy, muddy booty bottom. Brian, were you threatening me? When you asked me if I live in Atlanta? Was that a threat, Brian? Brian, was that a threat? See, I keep telling y'all, I'm different. I'm not like the rest of these people on here. I'm not nice. I'm nice with it, but I'm not a nice individual. Especially when someone thinks they're going to threaten me or intimidate me in some way, shape, or form. Brian, go live again and let me know if you were threatening me when you said, don't you live in Atlanta? Please, Brian, I want to know. Were you threatening me? Because I'll meet you halfway across the sky. And we can see what's going down. And bring your little pouch with you. Bring your little pouch with you and let's see you stand your ground, baby. You be landing on the ground. Fucking around with someone like me. Brian. Brian. You upset because I said you were fat. You're not fat? You just a little husky? Shaped like grape ape? Shaped like a silverback gorilla? Let me know. You mad, Brian? See, I don't come on here and let people know that I'm chafing between my legs. And you know what chafing comes from, right? Not washing properly, not drying and cleansing yourself properly. That's where chafing comes from. And you know what chafing is? It's when your skin is rubbing together to the point to where it's raw. And when that happens, it seeps. And when you seeping pus between your thighs, Brian, it omits an odor, Brian. So that's why I said you walk around here stinking, Brian. Exactly. Chafing is when your skin rubs together. And it's disgusting and raw. It omits an odor, Brian. Weren't you on here in some blue gym shorts where you had wet spots all between your legs from your thighs chafing? Brian, that's disgusting. So that's why I said you have an odor. And you yourself admitted that you only smell good after you take a shower and throw on some damn Old Spice, some CVS type cologne, bitch. And you want to be mad at me, Brian? Brian, why are you mad at me? Because all I do is talk about what y'all put on here on these YouTube streets. You think that you reading, dragging, and roasting and gagging somebody what's not, when all you doing is exposing yourself for motherfuckers like me to read the dog shit out of you, Brian? Brian. Don't be scared, baby. Don't be scared. So, Brian, you mad at me because you came on here saying that you stank, showing us you got your ass beat on here. You chafing out raw dark spots between your goddamn legs. Shaped like a silverback gorilla, Brian. And you mad at me. Who want to kiss me? I don't know, Brian. Who want to kiss me? But why is a picture of my lips on your thumbnail? If you don't want to kiss me, Brian, explain that to me, Brian. Brian, I'm ugly. Why would you have an ugly person like myself? His lips and nose and jawlines and cheeks and stuff as your thumbnail, Brian. But he's so ugly, Brian. Nobody want him, Brian. He can't cook, Brian. He can't clean, Brian. He can't sew, Brian. See, you brought everyone into this conversation, Brian, but you came with some old recycled reeds that didn't stick and land the first time, Brian. Make it make sense, Brian. Make it make sense. If the reeds didn't stick the first time, if the lies didn't stick the first time, if the bullshit didn't stick the first time, why would your retarded, crazy ass try to come back and recycle those same reeds, Brian? Help me understand that, Brian. Yeah, he's using my lips as his thumbnail, but I'm ugly and nobody want to kiss me. Brian, you tell it on yourself. Every time someone call me ugly, I just say thank you. Because it's that opposite thing. If I call him ugly, maybe he won't know that I think he's attractive. Do you think I'm on here looking for y'all to think that I'm attractive? Brian, do you think that I'm on here hoping and wishing for the likes of you, Magilla Gorilla, Grape Ape, from Planet Other Motherfucking Apes, hoping and wishing that you think I was attractive? Brian, I'm not. I give two shakes of a rat's tail what you think of me and how I look. Because you know why? I see you, Brian. I see how you look, Brian. And I'm not impressed, Brian. All you wear are garbage bags and gym shorts, Brian. And you think you hurt my feelings, Brian? You smell like wet garbage, Brian. You look like you smell like wet garbage, Brian. I see the fear in your eyes, Brian. I see the loneliness in your eyes, Brian. I see the depression in your eyes, Brian. I hear the depression in your voice, Brian. And you want me to sit here and argue with someone like you, Brian? No, Brian. All I'm going to do is tell you what I see in your Brian. Based on what you put on here, Brian. Based on what you put on here. See, all the recycled shit that you say about me, Brian, didn't stick then, won't stick now. Because guess why? I got a mirror, Brian. And I know how I walk through this world, Brian. I know how I walk through my walk, Brian. So Brian thinking that Food Junkie is ugly. Brian thinking that Food Junkie is not talented. Brian thinking that Food Junkie don't have what he have or can't be who he is. Brian, my life shows me differently. My clientele shows me differently. My stomach and the taste of my food tells me differently, Brian. So, Brian, answer this question for me, Brian. Brian, is it true you killed your mama? What's up, Rob Black? How you doing, baby? I'm just being silly right quick, Rob, baby. Please don't hold this against me, baby. You know how I give it up on here. Brian, is it true you killed your mama, Brian? Brian, is it true you killed your mama? Let me find out. Brian, you killed your mama? That's why you're so happy about her insurance policy, Brian. The plan worked. Do the insurance company know that can be considered insurance fraud, Brian? I'm just asking questions, Brian. Brian, I heard. So since you heard all these things about me, you heard I had a dog. You heard all these other things about me that you said you heard about me, Brian. Let me tell you what I heard about you, Brian. And let me tell you which ones pans out, which ones don't pan out. You let me know, Brian, okay? Brian, did you kill your mama? Did you cough on your mama, Brian, give her COVID and the bitch died? Brian, is that true? He coughed on the bitch and the bitch got sicker. Brian, did you cough on the bitch and the bitch got sicker? Brian, you killed your mama, Brian. You killed your mama, Brian, for the insurance money, Brian. Is that what happened? Brian, how dare you attempt to try to attack me when you walk around here killing your mama, coughing on your mama, giving your mama COVID, and the bitch is sick already, so the bitch just died on you, Brian. And Brian, I heard she was laid out on the grass, Brian. Brian, I heard the bitch was laid out on the grass, Brian. Is that true, Brian? Brian, was the bitch laid out on the grass, Brian? Brian. Brian. Was the bitch laid out on the grass, Brian? Dying, Brian? Like the dog bitch that she is, Brian? Was that dog-faced bitch on the grass, Brian, heaving and coughing and hacking up a lung, Brian, on the grass, Brian? Her last call was to you, Brian, to ask you to come see her and help her find her shoe, Brian? And you said you'll see her tomorrow? Brian, is that what happened? Brian, is that what happened? And you want to come for me? Brian, I told y'all talk too much on these YouTube streets. Y'all come on here looking for sympathy and payola, but fairly realizing that y'all telling all your damn business for someone like me to just go look up and watch a video. Brian. Make it make sense, Brian. Hold on one second, y'all. No. Yes. Coughed on the bitch and the bitch got sicker. Brian. The bitch got sicker because you coughed on her. The bitch laid out on the goddamn grass, Brian, and died, Brian. The next day you came, bitch, and all there was a patch of dead grass where the bitch laid down there, Brian. That bitch was toxic. That bitch was toxic, Brian. Brian. The fat McGilly gorilla looking bitch with a toxic ass mama. Not only did the bitch die, the bitch killed the grass. Bruh. What's up, Rain D, baby? How you doing, sweetheart? Welcome. You're having a little fun tonight, Rain D, baby. Bruh. Is it true? Your mama was a toxic bitch who destroyed your fucking life and your self-esteem, Brian. So much so that you let the bitch die on the front lawn like the dog bitch that she was, Brian. Say it ain't so, Brian. Say it ain't so, Brian. Brian. And when they lifted the 6-ton bitch up, not only did the bitch die, Brian, the bitch killed the grass up underneath her. Brian. You got all this shit going on, Brian, and you want to come after someone like me, Brian. Because I don't come on here yelling and screaming and cussing and fussing on a daily basis, Brian. Don't mean I won't drag the dog shit out you and your dead ass mama, bitch. And these are all facts, Brian. 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 How dare you not go visit your mama while the bitch is dying on the front lawn like the dog bitch that she is, that toxic hoe, so fucking toxic that she killed the grass up underneath her fat ass. That bitch was decomposing on the front lawn, killing all the goddamn grass, Brian. 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 That bitch was decomposing on the front lawn where the neighbors could see her. And no one went to go help the bitch. What's up, Chrissy Love, baby? How you doing? Brian. That bitch was decomposing in the front lawn right before the neighbor's eyes, and no one was going to help that bitch. Brian, your mama's so much trash, that bitch turned to compost, bitch. Bitch, your mama's compost. Toxic compost, bitch. And you want to talk about me? No, bitch. I don't got any kind of STDs. Your mama got something. Because the bitch was decomposing right in front of the neighbor's eyes, bitch, and killing the grass underneath her big ass while she laid there like the bitch dog that she was. Brian, you have the audacity to want to come on these YouTube streets and talk about me because all I did was talk about what you put on these YouTube streets, Brian. Brian. That's good, baby. So that's how to come on home and have to let this Brian know. He called for me. Here I go. Here I go, Brian. What you gonna do? You want me to drop the link, Brian? We have a conversation, Brian? Brian. You want me to drop the link? And you keep acting like someone gonna drop the link and come to your motherfucking channel. Fuck you and your channel, nigga. Why the fuck you want to talk to someone like me? I'm ugly. Untalented. The fuck? Brian. But back to this decomposing mama of yours, bitch. I heard of dead nigga mattress, but I didn't hear of dead bitch grass. Bitch, that's your new name. I know Deanna named you, you know what I'm saying? My shoe. My shoe. That's your name for Deanna. For me, your name is going to be Dead Mama Grass, bitch. Dead bitch grass, bitch. That's your name from this point on. Dead bitch grass, motherfucker. How dare you? You want to keep on putting all these STDs and venereal diseases on all these gay black men when your mama is the one who decomposed within 24 hours, bitch, after she made a phone call to you. What's up, Miss Douglas, baby? How you doing, sweetheart? Don't judge me too hard, y'all. Don't judge me too hard. This motherfucker tried me. And I'm gonna yell and scream to cuss a bitch. I told you I can drag your motherfucking ass in a multitude of different ways, nigga. I can drag you in a multitude of different ways, Brian. With your own shit, Brian. And my voice don't gotta scream and yell and cuss and fuss and all that stuff, Brian. Brian. Don't tell me, Brian, that toxic bitch of a mama of yours decomposed within 24 hours of kicking a motherfucking bucket and kicking that red shoe off of Jay's goddamn shoulders, Brian. Brian. Do not come for me. I'm not what you want. I may be what you need. Brian. You coughed on the bitch and the bitch got sicker. You coughed on the bitch and the bitch got sicker. You coughed on the bitch and the bitch got sicker. You coughed on the bitch and the bitch got sicker. You coughed on the bitch and the bitch got sicker. You coughed on the bitch and the bitch got sicker. You coughed on the bitch and the bitch got sicker. You coughed on the bitch and the bitch got sicker. Brian. 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 Bruh, you don't want this. I tell you, you don't want this. Miss Douglas, I'm just saying, Brian came for me. Brian came for me. Brian started this. Brian, how dare you, Brian? What about everybody else? When your mama is decomposing on the front lawn as we goddamn speak, bitch. Killing the grass. Now, I heard of a toxic bitch before, but I never heard of that. How the fuck, instead of a chalk outline, the bitch leave a dead patch of grass underneath her body? Now, that's some miracle shit right there, Brian. Brian. That's some miracle shit right there, Brian. That's some immaculate shit right there, Brian. Brian. I've heard of when there's a crime scene, there's a tape outline across the border of the crime scene, and there's a chalk outline on the ground where the body laid. I have never heard of, Brian. There being dead patches of grass where the body done laid. That must have been one toxic bitch. That bitch pussy must have been emoting and chafing like your pussy was, Brian. Brian, is chafing pussies a part of your family? Your mama got a chafing pussy that was leaking shit that killed the grass beneath it when the bitch was dying. Your pussy was chafing and leaking at the gym in the blue shorts. Your fat ass sister's pussy's chafing and leaking probably too. Brian. And you want to come for me? Come on, I got something. No, bitch, your mama got something. Sorry, your mama had something, bitch. Your mama had something, whore. What's up, Denny, baby? How you doing? Peek's head in. Come on in, Denny. Come on in, baby. Bruh. You want to talk shit when your mom killed the grass that lie beneath her dead, decomposing body after motherfucking 24 hours while the bitch was outside looking for a goddamn shoe. Brian. And you want to talk about me? How dare you? How rude. Brian. Don't try me, baby. I'm the complete and utter wrong one. You're not intelligent enough. You're not savvy enough. You're not cute enough. You're not thin enough. You're not beautiful enough. You're not talented enough. Don't try it. Brian. Miss Douglas, baby, don't do that. I ain't doing nothing but defending myself. Brian tried it. Brian think he can yell and scream and somebody supposed to be afraid of him was not Brian. Baby, I hope and pray you weren't threatening me. I need you to answer that question for real, though. Now I'm being serious. Were you threatening me, Brian? Were you threatening me, baby? At the beginning of your video, when you asked me, don't I live in Atlanta? What were you trying to say with that, Brian? Yes, let me answer that question for you. Yes, I live in Atlanta. Now what? See, unlike everyone else, I'll meet your bitch ass halfway. And you can bring whoever you want to bring. Your little fanny pack, your little pouch, your sister, your cousin, whoever. But please let me know if you were threatening me or not, sir. I say it with a smile on my face. Go back to the roasted gags. Brian. How do you feel that your mama was so decomposed and the grass was so dead underneath her fat ass, decomposing, nasty ass, seeping ass, chafing ass, pussy ass body? You have to burn the bitch just to get the bitch, off the goddamn lawn. Was it a bonfire y'all burned that bitch in? And just scraped up whatever ash, dirt, and debris that gathered, Brian? and put that shit in a coffee can, bitch, and put that shit on somebody's mantle. If your mama sold all this and all that, all this insurance policies, all this and all that was not, all these 401ks, all these pitching packages was not, why couldn't the bitch afford a funeral? Why couldn't y'all afford the bitch a funeral, Brian? Why you gotta burn the bitch? Or was the bitch already burning? So y'all said since the bitch is already burning, her pussy's already leaking, might as well burn the bitch at the stake. Like the witch bitch she was. I'm just asking questions, Brian. I don't know, Brian. See, you bringing mamas into this. Because you said you're going to piss on my mama's grave and not on her grave, right? You do better off nut in that coffee can that your mama's in, bitch, before you nut in my mama's grave. You see what I'm saying, Brian? You better off pissing in that coffee can like Rico, bitch, on your mama's ashes before you think you're going to nut piss on my mama's grave. Brian. See, Brian. You bring your shit onto YouTube, Brian, for sympathy and payola, Brian. I give a fuck about you, your dead ass mama, your fat ass dying sister, and anyone else in your goddamn family that have ailments because they fat and fucking obese. You see how I say this, Brian? I don't gotta raise my voice. I don't gotta get mad at you. I don't gotta do all the hoopla, rah, 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 because that's not what I do. Because I know who I am, and I know that a fat bitch like you won't do shit to me in person. But look at the ground when I walk by, bitch. That's what you would do. A fat bitch like you will look at the ground as I walk by. Brian. See, you started all this, Brian, because you chose to be Mr. Let me put my life on YouTube. Let me show me get my ass beat in the sauna on YouTube, Brian. And you thought I was an easy target where you going to sit here and raise your voice and yell and scream, and I was just going to sit here and let that happen. Brian. Punk. You can't punk me, punk. Not when there's evidence on here showing you got your ass beat in a sauna at a fucking local gym, bitch, by a fat, roly-poly man. That man was probably 6 inches shorter than you, Brian. And probably outweighed you by what? 50 pounds, Brian. He was like a fucking beach ball. And he punked your bitch ass. And you mad at me, Brian? It ain't my fault, Brian, that you put your business on YouTube and I felt it was funny, so I talked about it. And you went to pissing on my mama, nothing on my mama. My husband got AIDS. He gave me AIDS. No one wants to kiss me. I'm untalented. I can't cook. My food look like slop. I ran over a dog. I can't drive on the streets. Jay Dunn was right. Sean Bradley was this. Boy, you know how stupid you sound? How weak you look when you want to attack me with everyone else, but you can attack me on your own, Brian? You see how everything I said about you, Brian, and your dead ass, decrepit ass, decomposing ass, leaking pussy ass mama has been directly from my mouth to your ears, Brian? You're weak. Like I said you were. And everything that I said yesterday in that video stands tonight in this video. I will add more to it before I take any of it away. You were wrong then, you're wrong now. And now I'm not going to go back and forth with your stupid ass. Y'all know how I do it. Brian. You up there reading off all types of wrong facts, trying to read, roast, and drag. Just because you're loud doesn't mean that you're correct. I've never been fat. Oh, you were fat too. You lost all that weight rapidly. When did I lose all this weight rapidly, baby? I've been the same size. I've toned up, yeah. See, I understand why some of you motherfuckers on here gained weight during the pandemic. because you sat on your ass and thought that YouTube and social media was the way of life. Bitch, I never stopped working. I've never stopped working out. I've heard haven't eaten out as much as I used to. But no, I didn't lose weight rapidly. I've always been the size. The size that you wish you were, Brian. The complexion that you wish you had, Brian. The looks that you wish you had, Brian. Bitch, I am the model, the mold in which you try to be, Brian. My life. My mama's still alive. You know what I'm saying? I don't have chafing thighs, Brian. How dare you? Look at you, Brian. You're ridiculous. You think that what you said was effective? No, sweetheart. I'm not even mad. I laughed at you. That's why I'm laughing in your chat at you, stupid. You're stupid. You're dumb. You're ridiculous. You're asinine. Brian? Brian? For real? You thought you did something? See, I don't go back and forth with your stupid ass. I don't play with the retarded. I don't play with the mentally ill, the mentally challenged. I will correct your bad behavior, however. But I just need to know if you were threatening me or not. I just need to know that. I need to know if you were threatening me or not. I always do, bro. I don't have time to play with these motherfuckers on here. It's one and done for me. You may get two if I feel like it, but he's an easy read. He's a sad case. So why would I keep on wasting my time trying to read him when life has read him, you know what I'm saying, already? Circumstances have read him. So, Brian, all the yelling and screaming that you gonna do will go on deaf ears. Because I didn't even know you was talking about me tonight until people started telling me, "Oh, Brian's coming for you. Brian's talking about you," in text and on my videos. You see, that's how irrelevant you are to me, Brian. That's how unimportant you are to me, Brian. I talked about you and moved the fuck on. See, most people come on here, talk about you, and watch you to see what you're gonna say next so they can respond back. Give a fuck about you, Brian. You are irrelevant, Brian. You are unimportant, Brian. Go chase behind another ambulance and see if you can have another payday. But if you keep on committing slander and defaming my name, Brian, the payday you're going to have will be paid out to someone else. Brian, you hear me, Brian? You hear me, Brian? Woohoo! Brian! Woohoo! Brian! Like I said, Brian. And I don't think I raised my voice once. I laughed in your face, Brian, because you're a fucking joke, Brian. But yeah, I said what I said. Get off your fucking ass and work. He coughed on the bitch and the bitch got sicker. Yo, I ain't want much. Just got for work. Need to go upstairs and lay on with my man to take a shower. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Brian, you could never. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Love you guys. But as always, it's not important that I love you. It's more important that you love yourself. You love someone else. You respect yourself. And you damn sure better respect someone else. Until next time, y'all, this is your boy Food Junkie, embracing his flaws and all. And I don't have to put anybody else down to make myself feel bad about who I am. Not insecure like these individuals on here, such as BRINE. You have a great day. And y'all know I don't put people's name in my titles and talk about people like this. But BRINE needs to understand. You got life fucked up, young man. Stay in your place before I put you where I think that you belong. You have a great day. Until next time, this is your boy Food Junkie. And I'm out. Have a good night, you guys. Love you guys. Peace.